Welcome back to another live and amplified special edition of the Hoedown Showdown here at CRS in Nashville, Tennessee. And today we got a very special guest. We got MaRynn Taylor. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. It's middle of day too, and I'm not finally hitting my stride, but it's like everything's a little bit more comfortable now because my first CRS, and it's just kind of figuring it all out as we go.
I know. This is my fourth CRS now,
Nice.
So I kind of feel like I'm comfortable. I can walk in. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
But welcome. I feel like I can tell you welcome to CRS.
Thank you.
The hustle and bustle of this week.
It's a bit of an overload. Like I walked in yesterday, I was like, my first interview wasn't till like 10:30, and I showed up at 8:30 because I was like, I'm gonna need time.
You just never know.
I'm gonna need time. Like I don't know what the parking situation's gonna be about. All that.
Oh, for sure.
And I pulled in. They're like, okay, here you go. And I'm like, it's 8:45. I've got an hour and a half to kill. What do I do?
I know.
So.
But it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. But excited to have you here. Excited to chat. You got a new song dropping tomorrow. It's got to be exciting.
Oh, it's so exciting. It's called Town Spinnin.
Yeah.
And I've been teasing it for a little bit now. And people seem to really dig it. And it's about my small town in Michigan.
Nice.
And it's called Rockford. And this song is kind of for them. And I wrote it with my friends Aaron Kinsey and Josh Kerr. And Aaron actually came in with the idea of Town Spinnin. And I was like, oh, I can relate. I'm from a small town. I get that talk goes around really fast. And we got a good song out of it, thankfully. And it'll be out Friday, March 1st.
Nice.
It's crazy.
So funny little connection there. I was actually born in Rockford, Illinois.
Funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know there was a Rockford, Michigan.
I didn't know there was a Rockford, Illinois. We're learning everything.
So I was like, wait a minute. Where would Rockford, Michigan even be? So
I know. I always hold up like my hand, Michigan hand, and point to where it is. But it's on kind of the west coast, basically. Yeah.
I'm surprised I've never heard of it. I used to camp up that way.
Really?
Like up on the west coast, there's a bunch of like Boy Scout camps and stuff up there.
I love that.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
I'm no stranger to Michigan, but I'm also from South Chicago, so it's
gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but so growing up in Rockford, Michigan, what was that? You said it was a small town, so what was growing up there?
It's a small town. It has a really cute, actually, like small town, and the people there. Every time I go back, it's really, really welcoming. And I went to school there. I grew up there, and it's all I've known for like 17 years of my life. And I actually got to go back last year, and we pulled the tour bus up to the high school, and it was so funny. If my 17-year-old self could see me pulling the tour bus up to my high school, it was hilarious. But it was really special. I got to see my old choir teacher and talk to her class about what I'm doing and everything. And it's a really special town, and I'm proud to be from there. That's
awesome. That's really cool. It's as somebody else that comes from a small town, from an area that's known for a bigger, like, because obviously when you say Michigan, everybody automatically assumes Detroit.
Yeah.
And whenever you say Illinois, everybody automatically assumes
Chicago.
Yeah. And so
I get it.
Just kind of having the opportunity to go back home and be like, hey, like, people can make it out of here, especially
for sure.
Like, where I grew up, it was more like steel mills and stuff like that because we were on the south side, and so there's not a lot of like bright shining beacons, and the fact that you got the opportunity to do that for your community, that's amazing. So.
Yeah, it's really special to me, and there's not a lot of people there, but it's a good size small town. Like my high school was huge, but it's still like it's small in its ways, Yeah,
for sure. So I take it you're based out of Nashville now full time?
I am, I've lived in Nashville for 5 years now, and my label is like my family, and so I'm definitely, this is my home now.
Nice.
So
Do you find it weird to go back to Rockford, or?
I do. It is weird at times because it's like it feels so different, and so much has changed about it, but it's still the same small town that I grew up in. So hopefully when I go back, I make the small town spin a little bit in a good way.
For sure. It's one of those things, as you stay away from it longer and longer, it gets weirder, but then you also start to realize oh, it's still the same town.
It's still the same.
But that corner store may not still be there. It may be something else, or like whatever it is. But at the core of it, it's still the same town.
The same restaurants are still in my small town. There's a restaurant called the Corner Bar, and there's a hot dog eating contest in it. And it's like something like under the hour. If you eat 12, you get your name on the wall. So there's like a bunch of names on the wall when you go in.
Huh. All right.
Isn't that interesting?
Side trip to Rock. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
Side trip.
Let's go.
Let's go do this. I'm not a big fan of hot dogs, but I think I can handle 12 in an hour.
Yeah, and you get them however you want.
Yeah.
They're all free if you can eat 12.
Yeah.
So, if that tells you anything about where I'm from, it's that place right there.
Very fair. Very fair. So, obviously, we just talked that you're based out of Nashville now, and even over I've talked to a lot of people this weekend about how Nashville's changed. Like, you've had people that have been here since the '80s. Just like
I know, right?
all this time. And even in the last 5 years, I feel like they've had the most growth, because that's about from the time that I first came to Nashville. When I first made my first trip to Nashville, was about 5 years ago.
I know.
And even from then, it's to now. I went driving down Broadway. I'm like, I don't recognize any of this.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, I've only lived here for 5 years, and I've seen a change, but I still, my favorite places are here, like the Bluebird, the Listening Room, the Ryman, the Grand Ole Opry, which I just performed on. Like, there's still those key, like, places that will just never get old, and will never, they may be built up stuff around it, but it's still those special places that really, like, make Nashville, know?
Actually, funny story. So our very first radio show that we did back in 2021, I didn't realize there was a venue called the Listening Room in Nashville. Yeah. So I'd called our radio show the Listening Room. Oh. And so everybody thought I was them.
There's a connection.
Oh, dang it. Nope. Sorry. I didn't realize. Luckily, the show only lasted for like 9 months. And then we not got kicked off, but they changed to a Spanish-speaking station. And I was like, I'm not going to learn Spanish.
Yeah, the Listening Room's awesome. I get to play there a lot. And the people that go actually will sit and listen and care about what the songwriters have to say, what the artists have to say about the song they wrote. It's probably one of my favorite venues in Nashville for sure.
Nice. And because I ask almost everybody that comes on here that's based out of Nashville currently, what's your favorite like hidden gem in Nashville?
Oh my goodness, hidden gem. So there's a place. I'm a food snob. Like, I just love food. But one of my favorite places is this place called Hugh Babies. Okay. And it's cheeseburgers, chocolate shakes, French fries, comeback sauce. Nice. And there's this. It's not sketchy. It's a very like hole in the wall. Yeah. It's over on West End area, and it has a drive-through. And any chance I get where I want to treat myself, I go to Hugh Babies. So if you're coming to Nashville and looking for like a, place that is really like here, you can't have anywhere else. It's that place for me.
All right, I know where I'm going to dinner tonight.
Oh yeah, it's good. Let me know what you think of it.
I will for sure, because I went last night. I was so tired. I'm staying out by the airport, and the only place that was within driving distance was a Hardee's. I'm like, well, I haven't had Hardee's in about 15 years, so I guess I'm going to go have some Hardee's.
Hardee's is good, too. I didn't have a Hardee's in Michigan. I had no idea what that was. So that was kind of a treat when I came to Nashville.
It was one of those things. It was always just kind of the place when it was there, because we didn't have one immediately around us, so we didn't go there all the time. Yeah. And so when we went on like road trips and whatnot, it's like, oh, we can go to Hardee's. And so that's kind of how I always associate it. And now it's just like, oh, great, Hardee's.
We'll go to Hugh Babies. Yes. I would think it's a little better than Hardee's.
yes.
No offense to Hardee's.
I've been looking for a place to go, and I was actually telling my dad yesterday, I was like, I got to find a place that's just like super local that.
It's pretty local. There's only 2 Hugh Babies in town. There's one kind of near Nashville, but the one I think to go through is the one with the drive-through. It's on, I think, the road's Charlotte Pike. Okay. It's on that road. So, just take the highway north, and it cuts off to the left, and you'll plug it into your GPS. You'll find it.
Cool.
But
Sweet. I'm looking forward to it now.
Yay.
I just got excited to go eat.
Yay. That's so weird. It is lunchtime. Yeah. It's lunchtime.
Awesome. Oh, so outside of music, when you do get a couple of minutes to yourself and all that stuff, what do you like to do? What are some of the hobbies you've been exploring the last couple of years?
Man, the first thing that comes to mind, oh my goodness, I've gotten really into like reality TV. So if I get like a time to myself, I normally put on a trashy TV show. I've been watching like Love on the Spectrum, Love is Blind, The Bachelor. I'm really loving reality TV right now.
Nice. You brought up Love on the Spectrum, and this is kind of a weird segue. I saw that you do a lot of work with Alzheimer's, the walk to end Alzheimer's. I don't know why I connected those two dots. But
no, I understand. I mean, it's a disease that is awful, and my grandparents have it. They both have Alzheimer's, and I wrote a song for them called "I Love You Remember," and all the proceeds from it go to the Alzheimer's Association.
Amazing.
And so I mean, Love on the Spectrum. It's a really special show about helping people find love, and "I Love You Remember" is really about helping people. With their disease and what they're going through, and a lot of people have it more than we know, and it sucks. And so I think it's nice to bring light to something that could be really hard to talk about and confusing and dark, you know.
100%. My family's predisposed to Alzheimer's. My grandpa had it, and I think my grandma's brother, he had it, and then my grandpa had dementia and all that stuff. And
I'm sorry.
Before my mom passed away from cancer, she was showing early signs of Alzheimer's, and so it's just kind of sitting over here like, please skip a generation, something. But
I know it's a terrible, terrible thing, and I don't know if it gets talked about enough. So I'm happy to be the one to talk about it.
Nice. And because I saw like when I got your talking points from your PR person. And I saw all the Alzheimer's stuff you were doing. I was like, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So I applaud you for that.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, anything for that association. I did a walk for them in, I think it was like November-ish. And I'm really proud to be a part of it, for sure.
Nice. So I don't want to keep you here too much longer because I feel like I could sit here for an hour talking to you. As you kind of look into the rest of the spring and the release tomorrow, where's kind of your headspace at right now? What are you, once this release comes out tomorrow, what are you kind of focusing on?
So I have an EP coming out in May, and it's called Get to Know Me. And there's a song on it called Get to Know Me.
Nice.
And that's probably the most vulnerable song that's on the EP. But I am just a girl in my 20s, and this whole EP is kind of like a deep dive into my life. There's fun summer country songs. There's really vulnerable, honest songs. And there's relationship songs. And so every song on that EP is where I am in life, and I just hope people can relate to it. I spent a lot of working on this EP, and so it'll be out in May, so look for it on my socials if you're wanting to listen to it, about my life, and hopefully relate. I'm excited for that to finally come out.
Awesome. I'm excited to hear it, and
thank you.
Love to have you back on at some point to
Absolutely.
kind of dive in a little bit deeper on that one. But in the meantime, if anybody wants to check out your single dropping tomorrow, any upcoming shows, any of that fun stuff, where's the best place to find you?
So my Instagram is MaRynn Taylor, MaRynnTaylor. My website is MaRynnTaylor.com, and my Facebook actually is MaRynn Taylor Music. But come hang. I want to be friends. Let's do it.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you. This was everything I was hoping it would be.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry you had to wait a year.
No, it's all good. I get very when it comes to reaching outside of my comfort zone of asking for interviews, especially people like or musicians with a following like yours. I'm like, and so then I just kind of maybe I'll throw out like a random like, hey, you want to do this? And then I just kind of don't do anything afterwards. So it's like, okay.
Well, I'm glad I finally got to talk to you, Tom. This was awesome.
Absolutely. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will catch you all later.